Hi everyone. So today we are going to add some color to our graffiti. So how this is going to work is you are going to need a paintbrush, you're going to need a water bucket, your watercolors, and some paper towel. So the first thing we need to do is we need to prep our paint. So I'm going to take a little bit of water and I'm going to put little drops of water in each of my colors. I'm trying to create little pools of paint here. So I'm hydrating my paint, and I'm only going to do the bright colors. So red through purple. I'm not going to do black and the brown because for our graffiti project we want to use bright colors. Alright, great. So now that I've got my little pools all set, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a wet on wet technique, which means my paper is going to be wet and so is the paint. So I'm going to take clean water and I'm going to just paint in, and I'm going to mop back and forth with my brush. I'm not going to scrub like this. That's bad for the bristles. I'm going to just gently back and forth, just nicely mop and lay in that water. And what this is going to do is it's going to help my paint flow nicely across my letter. And you do want to be careful. You don't want to try to get it everywhere, because if you get it everywhere, then the paint's going to go everywhere. So watercolor can be a little tricky to control. Like I said, do a really nice job just keeping it in the border. All right, so with our project, we are going to choose one color and we're going to move through the color wheel. So we're going to go through the rainbow. So what I would do is we are going to choose one color and we're going to move to the right. See, you don't have to start with red, but you can. I think I want to start with orange, to be honest. So I'm going to dip 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You do not want to sit there and swirl your paint. You're going to use way too much paint, and it's actually really bad for the paint. I'm going to start with my orange. I'm just going to, again, mop back and forth, and I want to go slow so that I have more control of my paint. Now look at how much paint I was able to, using 3 little dips, how far that paint got. You don't need a whole lot in order to do this. So I'm going to go about halfway through my letter with the orange. And I'm going to change my color. So I'm going to wash my brush off really well. So in these buckets, there's these little, like almost washboard. Those are really nice and it cleans your brush really well. All right, I'm going to move to yellow now because orange is next, or I'm sorry, yellow is next to orange. So I'm going to dip 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to come from the right this time. Just be careful. Whoopsie. That happens. Start from the right. I'm going to slowly mop. I'm not scrubbing with my brush. Taking my time. Practice good craftsmanship. I'm getting all those white areas. I missed a little spot down there. I got to come back and get that little fella. I'm dragging it. And now I'm going to start to drag it on into that orange to create that transition. So I actually want to get some more yellow, but I'm going to make sure I wash my brush off. That way I don't contaminate my yellow paint. 1, 2, 3. Great. Back down. All right, I think I want a little more orange. So I'm going to clean my brush again. I don't want to contaminate. Over it. Oh, that looks nice. Awesome. I'm going to do the same thing to my O now. Actually, I want to blend this a little more. Beautiful. All right. Make sure my brush is clean. I'm going to wet my surface area. So I'm going to go from yellow to green now this time. So dip 1, 2, 3. Half of my O yellow. Try to stay in those lines. Wash the brush off nice. I'm going to grab some green. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to come at it from the other side this time. I have a lot of paint this time. I may have grabbed a little too much paint. Oh, there's the bell. Well, now I got this nice light green. So maybe I'll work with that. I'm going to show my brush. I have a little bit more yellow. I'm going to make sure my brush is clean before doing that. So I'm going to have this nice like lime green now. That's going to transition into that dark green. All right, so we're going to continue. Keep going with it, and I will see you guys soon.